This is the starter one, so it comes in a very nice box, and on the top of here there's a little book, calibration certificates in it, and a very handy starter book. So this is in lots of different languages. Really good because the instructions are about 6 pages long, and 3 of those are about how to dispose of it and how to recycle it. I'm going to show you this page on as an A4 so it's more legible. So it's called the PocketE HIKMICRO. And when I first saw this, I'd heard of HIKMICRO, but I thought this said HIKMICRO. It's pronounced HIKMICRO, kind of got a silent E in it. So this is that blown up image of all the controls on it. There's only 2 buttons on it. There's a power on, power off, and there's a capture image or capture video. There's a USB-C port here for charging the device, and on the front, as we'll see in a minute, we've got a flashlight here, an LED light, and we've got the IR sensor here, and then we've got the usual kind of very, very low resolution visual image there, and on the back we've got this screen. So if you want to freeze that to read it, you're welcome. Tells you a bit more about the device. Now if we look at some of the specifications of it first, because I think this is really interesting. It's 25 Hertz. That means the refresh rate on the video is going to be quite good, and I've got an old FLIR and it's only 9 Hertz, and some of the other 3 cameras that they're running kind of that I've got to review, they're 35 Hertz. So this is quite a good refresh rate for video. It's got an IR resolution of 96 by 96 pixels. That's not very high, I can tell you that now. It's not going to give us much resolution, but it has a feature on it called Super IR function. I don't know how it works, but it increases the resolution to 240 by 240. This now becomes quite usable in the industrial environment. And it's got a really strange field of view. The field of view is square. It's 50 by 50 degrees, you can see. It gives you a square image. The temperature range is really impressive that it goes up to 350 degrees C for this type of device. 2 degrees plus or minus centigrade. All thermal imagers can only achieve that. If anybody tells you any different, you must have to get any better than that, you must have a 6-figure sum being spent. 2% when you get to kind of over 100 degrees C. It's got storage of 4 gigabyte, which will do 30,000 thermal visual images. You'll never want to do that. And it's got an MP4 video function that can be stored on that flash drive. Anyway, let's get on to look at the actual camera. So it comes with a really well made, I think, with the belt clip on it, storage pouch. Now I don't know whether I'd use it, but it'd be good for kind of carrying around if you had to go up ladders or things, something like that. They say it's 218 grams, and I've weighed it and it is 217 grams on my scales. As we can see again, LED, IR, visual, and then we can mount it on a tripod if we wish. So that's really amazing for this type of device. Here's where your lanyard goes. Your lanyard, bottom of this package here. So that's where that goes. Put that to one side. So yeah, really, really handy size, I think. Let's have a quick look with what we see. Well, it's 14 centimeters that way, 8.5 that way. If you're in the US, then we're talking about 5.5 inches by 3.5. And width wise, in imperial, what's that, 5/8, about 18 mil there, so just over 5/8. So yeah, really compact. Let's turn it on. So we turn it on here, hold that for a couple of seconds till we hear it whistle. It comes up with HIKMICRO. I've kept the screen guard on because this doesn't belong to me. The company that sent me these have lent me them for a week to go around a couple of factories and also to test them myself, see what I think. I tested it along with 4 other technicians in a factory yesterday, and we were quite impressed with it. Pretty much does what you want to do for a basic device. This screen obviously got a menu down both sides. There's only 2 buttons on it, image capture video and on and off, because this is a touchscreen. So we can go to this wheel at the bottom, and we can change our measurements here. So I've got on emissivity 0.95, 25 reflected temperature, 50% humidity, and then we can connect it via a hotspot. I've used it on hotspot, it works okay. The display settings, so we can have the brand logo on and off, or time and date. Capture settings, so I've got on Super IR. And I've got the visual image turned off at the moment, so I don't particularly want that. So yeah, really good. The screen is really fast. That's the one good thing. If you've got the software on the screen and it doesn't work, then it can be a bit of a pain. We go back to, this is the home screen. At the moment I've got it set on picture in picture. So this means that we can go around a plant. I've also got it set on a central dot, a cold spot and a hot spot. So you can see if I put my hand in front of here now, the hot spot will jump onto. That's just calibrated there, see that? All images do that. They will pause occasionally and recalibrate the sensor. So you can see that's chasing that hot spot on my hand, which is 35.2, so I'm still alive. The centre's saying it's 33.47 and the minimum's about 23.6, so ambient in this room. If we want to change this and go, we press this little cloud square here, we can go fusion, which is again something I use all the time, because this means I can see the detail. I can read tags on motors and things like that. If I want to turn these spots off, I can just turn them off here and just keep the center spot. I can go just full thermal, and this is what full thermal looks like if you look at this mouse mat. So you can see what it does. It superimposes the digital image and the thermal image, picture in picture. And there's one down here that's kind of a, I don't know whether I'd ever use this. You can go 50%, 25% or 75% of thermal. So let's go back to fusion. Let's go to palettes now. So down here's your palettes. You can have black heart, white heart. I'm still old school. I still use iron bow and rainbow. That's what works for me. Oh, gone out of it. We've also got, so he says, one called rain, which is pretty snazzy. One's called fusion, and one called red hot, and then we've got one that's called blue red, which again is kind of interesting. And what I'll do while I've got my hand now, I'm just going to press capture, and you see it's now captured that image and stored it. So if we go to press this here, we've got the file, open the file, and you can see 32.1 degrees there on the center spot. So a pretty good image really for this type of device, I think. If I go back down there, I can go back, I can see these images here. Look, let's have a look at an image we took yesterday. This is of a hot oil fryer. So we're looking at something that's the center spot was 163.7. This carries 180 degree oil. So you can see we took it at 11:59, and gives us our emissivity there, it's 0.92. So again, yeah, I'm amazed at the low quality image, but not bad for a first line. This is a first line tool. This is a thing you buy and stick it in your toolbox. We can go manual, just calibrating again. We can go manual, so we can wind this up and down. We can also adjust the span here. I'm actually going to go automatic. At the moment with this, I prefer that automatic. So there's not much else I can tell you. You want to put those spots on, you go here, put hotspot on, it will include a hotspot. It comes up here. We'll take it off like that. Anything else to say? I don't think there is anything else to say. So the other three cameras are going to be following this review, and then we're also going to do some back-to-back comparisons amongst those, because there's some that are kind of fit certain purposes. If you want to know more about Uptime Consultant, you can see on my mouse mat here, website address. You can find me on LinkedIn. You can find Uptime Consultant just by googling that. So thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed the video. I think this retails are around £350. I think it's a no-brainer. I think yeah, if I press this on, we're now taking video, so you can see it's now capturing a video there. Well, I forgot to say this. You swipe down this screen here, and that turns the flashlight on. So I'm glad I did that. And also you can change the screen brightness here, or you can have a white screen or the dark screen uses less power. We used this for a couple of hours yesterday, and about an hour today, and you can see it's still at 70%. I've used a hotspot, but you can have it on a Wi-Fi network to download stuff. So there we go. Let's just turn it off. There you go. Shuts down. Thanks for your time. Thanks for having a look, and have a great day.